Because sometimes we're not holding on to reality, we're holding on to potential. Hey friends, welcome back to Right Over Coffee. If you're here today, I don't think it's by accident. We're talking about letting go and not the surface level version, the real one, the one that sits on your chest. So this is, tough love, letting go when faith gets real. This is day 2. And we're going to be talking about letting go without losing your heart, which can be really hard because our heart sometimes just speaks so loudly. We know what the right thing to do is, we know what the right thing to say is, but our heart, it gets us every time. So letting go, it doesn't mean you didn't love. Sometimes it means you loved deeply and it still wasn't enough to fix. But that's where it gets really hard for us. That's where it typically is just in your face and we're just like, what is happening? What's happening? Because we don't just hold on to people. We hold on to what we hoped it would be. We hold on to if they would just change, or if they would just see it, or if they would just choose me differently. And that word just will keep you stuck longer than you realize. It's just like that word uncomfortable. That's a real big word for me. Not because it's a big word, but because it's going to draw emotions. It's going to draw out things that I'm just not comfortable sharing yet. What just have you been holding on to? What just have you been holding on to? What outcome are you waiting for? That just hasn't happened yet. And let's be honest here. We just need to be honest here. And remember, you can be honest all you want because I'm on this end, you're on that end. And so just let it all out. Because sometimes we're not holding on to reality, we're holding on to potential. And potential feels safe because it keeps hope alive. But it also keeps you tied to something that isn't actually happening. So for me, a perfect example is control. Like if something just happened and then I'm thinking about 20 things that could possibly be what I can fix or what I can scenario it out and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Do you get the gist of that? I do that all the time. And so sometimes I have to be like, hey, Liz, stop, breathe, and just stop because it hasn't even happened yet, right? So this is where grief can show up. Not just grief of losing someone, but grief of releasing the expectation. Grief of saying is, this isn't what I thought it would be. That's an unspoken goodbye. No big conversation, no closure moment, just a quiet conversation of you in your heart that says, I can't keep doing things this way. Have you felt that way before? I mean, it's got to be hard. I just can't keep doing it the same way. So questions that you could be asking yourself, where have you been overextending yourself, trying to keep something alive? Ooh. We could have a whole podcast about this or a whole video of this, and it would probably last like 38 hours for me. What is it costing you emotionally to keep holding on to? That's a really big one too. I mean, these are great questions. These are the questions I asked myself and in going through the Tough Love series. And if nothing's changed, could you keep living like this? So what was your answers to all 3 of those? I'll give you all a second. If you're anything like me, you'll have a notebook and you can write these questions down. I'll ask them in just a question. Just write them down. Put your thoughts on them. I'm a question girl. I love writing. I love asking myself questions. So the questions again were, where have you been overextending yourself, trying to keep something alive? What is costing you emotionally to keep you holding on to? And if nothing's changed, could you keep living like this? That question right there, that only usually tells you the truth, right? So Ecclesiastes 3:6 is a time to keep and a time to cast away. We love the keep part. We struggle with the release part because releasing feels like losing. But what if releasing is actually trusting? What if releasing is actually trusting? I say this twice because I had to remind myself 20 million times. Do you trust God enough to let go of what you can't control? Huge question. Pause, repeat, pause, repeat, pause, repeat. Or are you holding on because it feels safer than the unknown? Two great questions to ask yourself. That's real, guys. That's just real. Because letting go creates space, and space can feel super scary. Super scary. I'm not going to lie to you. But space is also where healing begins. It absolutely begins with space because you have time to think. Now, sometimes people feel fearful of thinking and staying in your head. That's okay because we just need to sift it out and just go to the root of it. You can love someone and still let them go. You can choose and still choose peace. You can care and choose peace. Letting go isn't losing your heart. It's protecting it and placing it back in God's hands. It's huge, guys. It's absolutely huge to do that. So if you're going through something right now, I want to let you know that it's okay and you're not alone because we all feel that way. We all have some type of feelings and hurt and pain that we have to, kind of ask ourselves and kind of be true to ourselves, because this is where we can just talk and let it out. There's no shame, there's no guilt, there's no judgment, because it's just me and you talking. That's it. That's it. You can say whatever you want to while I'm talking. Write it out. That's what Unspoken Goodbyes is about. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Stay tuned for the other part. Look forward to talking to you guys soon.